Hey YouTube, it's Dusk, here with this week's deck showcase. This time I've decided to go with a Water Darkness control variant. It's going to be 40 cards, just like my other decks have been so far. I wanted to try this deck because my brother's played it, my friend Dreads has played it, you've seen Alex play it, and I got about 3 or 4 other guys downtown who are dabbling with it, so yeah, I just want my crack at it. My opponent this week was Cujo. He's got his own YouTube channel. It will be in the description boxes for the duel videos, which will actually be in the description for this video. So yeah, check him out. Now, on to the deck. To start off, 3 copies of Refi. Nice 2-drop, comes out early, stays out for a while, blocking your shields. Great to get the ball rolling. 2 copies of Skeeter Swarmer help accomplish the same purpose. At 4,000 power, it'll get rid of most early game threats, though it doesn't have the longevity of Refi due to the fact that he blows up at the end of a battle. What can you do? 2 copies of Ghost Touch. Again, great for early game. Help narrow down the enemy's hand. Give you card advantage. If you can pop it off of as a shield blast, also good. Though I find this one doesn't get to be as used as often as other shield blasts. Moving on to my level 3s. 2 copies of Memory Swarm. Level 3, 1000, can't be blocked. Now, due to its low power, I'm going to be honest, I did not believe in this card at first. But last weekend, when I was trying different builds for Water Darkness, I tried this and, oh my lord, it just works. Any duel I bring this out on, it gets rid of anywhere between 2 and 4 shields in one game. That's pretty impressive for a 1000 creature. This thing has earned my respect. It has earned a place in my decks. Despite it being a 1-star rarity, I give it a 5-star for performance. Use this thing if you can fit it in a deck, people. Trust me, it just works. Now, while this next creature can be blocked, it's not such a good thing when that happens. It is 2 copies of Skull Cutter, another 1000 creature at level 3 who has Slayer. With Slayer, well, here you go. You can... Oh no, you cannot read that at all very well, can you? Too blurry. Slayer, if this creature loses a battle, the other creature goes away too. Great ability. I actually find that in the early turns of the game, the opponent doesn't really block this. They actually let the first shield go to this thing. Keep that in mind if you want to use this card. Another 1-star rarity that I'd give a 5-star for performance. I don't care what anyone says about these 2 creatures. They've proven themselves to me. Now, I got 3 copies of Aqua Seneschal. Obviously, draw power. Only 2,000 power to him, but if you're playing control right, you should be able to get 2 to 3 attacks in with him. That's 2 to 3 draws plus a body. That is the equivalent of a logo scan plus a body. And plus 1 more draw if you're lucky. Speaking of, obviously, 3 logo scan. You have to have this in a deck with water. It's instant draw power. Tap 3, draw 2, keep the ball rolling, give you card advantage. What more can you say? It's a default. It's a staple. The last of my level 3s, 2 copies of Scared Doorbell of Gloomhallow. I wanted to add in 1 more, but I only have 2. But 2 seems to work for most of the decks I come up with lately. Great card, level 3. Blocker, 2,000 power. Unfortunately, this thing falls to every form of destruction in the game. Or it's not called destruction anymore, it's not dual masters. Every form of removal. But here's the fun part to him. One, he can attack shields. Always fun. Two, if it battles with a creature level 4 or lower, nothing happens to either creature. They just stand still and look at each other. So it's like, I don't know, most common example, Gilliflame the Assaulter charges in for the shields, and then all of a sudden, bam, smack it with a teddy bear. You're out of here at the end of the turn. Yes, you actually mess people up by smacking them with the teddy bear. Love this card. On to my level 4s, I got 2 copies of Fumes in this deck. Helps with the discard power of Spectre Claw, but comes with a body. I don't like that it was level 4, but at this point I just wanted to fill in a couple spaces. 2 copies of Frogzuka. This will actually be the last of the blockers for the deck, but level 4 for 5,000. I don't care if it has guard. This thing slows people down. If you haven't tried to use this in a deck with water, try it. Trust me, the thing works. 2 copies of Crystal Memory. A terrific Shield Blast. Whether it's used as a regular spell or a Shield Blast, I love this thing. It allows you to search any one card in your deck, add it to your hand, and you don't even have to show your opponent. That is magnificent. Of course, what I like to do is not only use it to add a card to my hand, but you're looking through your deck. If you've made the deck, you should have memorized it. Learn what your shields are. Learn what triggers you can expect. Plan around that. I have found out many times thanks to this that a Terror Pit or a Bone Blades was in my shields, and I have actually gotten rid of the most annoying threats by just letting them hit those shields that I knew were going to be that, get rid of them, and then win in the next 2 turns because those threats are gone. Use this thing strategically. More Shield Blast. 3 Bone Blades. Instant removal of any one level 4 or lower creature. Great for a 4-drop. Adding on to the removal, 2 Death Smoke. Get rid of 1 enemy untapped creature. I personally love using this on Ravu's Seeker of Lightning. That thing sets itself up for this. Now, going back to search power, 2 copies of Reef Prince Glurgle. Level 5, 2000 creature. You summon it, you look at the top 4 in your deck, you pick any one of those cards from it, add it to your hand, the other 3 go to the bottom of the deck in any order you want. If I'm running a long game where I'm thinning my deck out, I normally also use this effect to just put whatever card I will not need against my particular opponent at the bottom of the deck, since when you draw your last card, you lose on the spot and you don't even get the chance to play it. What can you do with the rule book, though? But yeah, great card. Another great card, 2 copies of Thought Probe. Now, I hear mixed opinions about this card due to it being a level 5 and iffy on the number of cards you draw, but hear me out. Shield Blast kicking in or no, this has no real limit to what you can draw. Just time it accordingly and it will win you games. And when it is a Shield Blast, okay, I don't care what they have. If they broke it, clearly they have a creature. Activate it, free random card to your hand. Of course, if, back with the example of Glurgle, you're running out of deck space, it makes good last-minute mana fodder for a big move. Speaking of breaking shields, 2 copies of Dark Scare Adorable. I love the Scare Adorables. Then again, I've always loved anything with the title Chimera on it. But yeah, you bring this guy out for 6 mana, he breaks a shield the moment he comes out, and the next turn he's a double breaker. Even if he breaks an enemy's, say, Terror Pit and ends up getting away, fine. He did his job before his summoning sickness wore off. What more can you ask for from a creature, really? speaking of Terror Pit, 3 of them as well. The signature 1-for-1 in the game. If you run Darkness, you run this. Just like if you run Light, you run Stormspark Blast. It's as simple as that. And the final slot in the deck, card number 40, is really up to you. If I would judge it based on what the people in your area are running. If you run against a lot of control players that enjoy draw power, have a Skull Shatter for that card. If you want more discard power, add another Fumes or Spectre Claw. If you want more defense, grab another Scaradorable of Gloom Hollow, Frog Zuka, or Skeeter Swarmer. I mean, the choice really is yours. I, on the other hand, went with extra mass destruction with Trox General Destruction, Great Double Breaker, 6,000 power, and every time he wins a battle, you get to pick another level 4 lower creature your enemy has and banish that too. As long as you're playing it right, no matter what, he's getting rid of 2 cards on your opponent's side of the field. That's this week's deck. Enjoy the duel videos in the description below. I'll see you